Eric's here. Okay, we're live. Am I starting? Or are you starting?
I'll go. Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Sal 376. This is the Dirty Bird Nation Report, the official podcast about Twitter. We have our illustrious host, Lethal Saint. We have Mr. ESPN, Eric here, and Jalen. What's happening?
You got to stop calling me that.
Da-da, da-da.
Da-da.
I feel some kind of way. Everybody got this like grandeur entrance. I just got and Jalen.
I'm sorry. Let me
I don't even want my entrance, Jalen.
we have the bearded king, the bearded giant.
What?
Jalen.
Gang, gang, gang.
That's fair.
There
Just
we go.
call me Eric, please.
No, Mr.
No,
yes,
we can't.
Mr. Espin.
Right.
Yes, push the brand, the agenda. Anywho, speaking of brand and agenda, the Falcons went against brand and they won another game against the New York Football Jets. And Falcons land, Falcons Twitter is very excitable per usual, overreacting per usual. But you know what? I'm not going to rain on the parade. We had a pity party in London. Pitts had his breakout game. 5 games into the season? Definitely lived up to the billing as the highest drafted tight end in NFL history, the longest wingspan. I'm still not giving him the name Unicorn yet. Cordero Patterson, to me, still holds that title, at least for, until we get after the bye week. If Kyle Pitts can continue this trend of being a true baller as a rookie, I will relinquish the title of Unicorn from Cordero Patterson. But for right now, Patterson, to me, is the true Unicorn. But, guys, how do we feel about a big win? This is our first win in the UK, right?
Yes.
Incredible. See, I had some reservations because if they lost this game, I was looking up flights to Korea so we could send the entire team to the Squid Game, because that was the next step for this franchise, to get them over there and just get them out of here. Maybe somebody win, I don't know, but yeah, that was my next step. Just book them the flight to South Korea and get them out of here. So, but we'll start with Jalen. What are your thoughts on this game with the Falcons' bounce back performance?
Fuck them for going against my agenda, but
Hashtag 3-2.
see, yeah, I was conflicted though, because pre-draft, I was not too high on Zach Wilson. I was more in line if he's probably like QB4, probably. And so I'm conflicted because I was technically right. He's probably QB4 in this draft, but then they won. So like it's I don't know if I want to win being right or win because they lost. It's a tough time. But the Falcons wise, they played better. It wasn't really too hard. The Jets suck, but they played better. Offense played better, a lot better. Arthur Smith looks like he's starting to know what he's doing. Looks like, I'm not going to say he does, but he looks like he's doing better. So that's where I'm at right now. I haven't rewatched the game yet, like the all 22 from the game yet, but from watching it live at 9:30 in the morning, they look better.
Shout out to you crazy people that woke up at 9:30 to watch the Falcons play. I was not one of them. Jeff, what are your takes on the game?
I'm glad we won, and I didn't have to keep them there in London and make them swim across the Atlantic if they wanted to come back to the United States. But it was tiring as fuck. Like, I'm still tired. Who the fuck wakes up for a 9:30 game? Like,
Not
I
me.
did that shit. And I'm disappointed in myself because it wasn't even like exciting.
Oh,
Like, what did you do? What is happening over there?
breaking news.
What?
Gruden is resigning.
Good. Fuck him.
Who's
That
next?
that shit moved so fucking quickly. Holy shit!
All
that
means-
moved so quickly.
So I guess we'll pause about the Falcons, but that means that it's way worse. Like, I saw some other tweets saying he has some anti-Semitic, some gay stuff against women referees,
Literally
gay players.
everything that could be anti-good, he was with it.
Yeah,
With
he was about that
anti-everything.
Damn, we just talked about that on the KTSCF podcast earlier. I'm dropping tomorrow, so
Wow.
Make sure you check that out.
yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, with this comment about DeMaurice Smith's lips, like, I can't remember what the guy looked like, but he has like average size lips for, I guess, a black person. And I was like, bro, you dug deep for the whole Michelin tires bit. Like that came from your heart. That came from your soul. Like you meant that shit.
That's some shit. That's some shit that we say, like, and me and my friends say in like the PlayStation party to each other. But like, we're all black and we're all joking.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like you can't say that.
Oh, job. That's yikes. That's crazy. So I guess I attended his last game as a Raiders head coach. So I went to go see the game yesterday, but that's neither here nor there. Shout out to the King, Justin Fields, getting his first NFL passing touchdown. Anyway, damn, that's embarrassing. Wow. So is he going to get paid or?
Who knows? Probably, right?
There has to be some type of massive buyout with his contract. But you know, a couple of things I took away from this. One was I don't know who he pissed off. He pissed somebody off. Somebody got fired recently from the Raiders franchise, maybe. I don't know. Some unknown intern or something like, I don't know. Somebody. For them to come out and leak all these emails. I mean, that's 10 years worth. That's 10 years ago that he said a lot of this stuff before he was even a head coach again. It's a bad look. It's an even worse look when you when you account for the fact that Carl Nassib, one of the reserve defensive ends, actually publicly came out this offseason and said that he was gay. So it was kind of sort of like, how is he going to handle something like that? And if this is what he said in print, in email, imagine what he said just face-to-face conversation with somebody.
Well, right. That's the thing. ESPN did an interview with some of his players, and they were saying, you know, the typical party lines. I think it was Josh Jacobs was like, "Oh yeah, I never got those vibes from him. You know, kind of it is what it is type of deal." And the most egregious thing he said from that little interview is that, "Oh, you know, people change." John Gruden is 58 years old. He said these things at almost 50. So there ain't no changing. Like, that's who you are. Like, that stuff came from your heart and you meant it. Point blank, period. And I hate that they have to interview players who are essentially talking about their boss because he essentially helped draft him. You're not going to say anything disparaging about your boss. So that kind of pushes that narrative of, you know, things being disingenuous. Like, oh, you know, I don't think he's racist. He has a racist bone in his body, you know, blah, 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 blah. No, man. Like,
he doesn't have to say the N-word to be labeled as racist. Like, that one comment about DeMaurice Smith is racially charged enough, in my opinion. Because
on top of insinuating he's not intelligent as well, right. So that's definitely one of the old racial truths of, you know, black people are stupid. So
he doesn't have to say the N-word to be labeled as racist. And I don't want to publicly hear him say I don't have a racist bone in my body. Whatever. You said that. You put it out there. So it is what it is. And yeah, it's breaking news now. There's Adam Schefter.
Yeah, I just saw it.
God damn.
That shit's wild. Because like literally that popped up like 10 minutes before we got on the air, and I was thinking in my head, like, the Raiders went from being like really good the first couple weeks of the season to now their head coach is fired. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, look at it from this standpoint. Like, you know, it's either it came to this or it would have been a season-long distraction. We're only a month into the season. Like, we would have been talking about this more than what actually happens on the field with the Raiders. So imagine if they would have played the season out, if they would have had a losing streak on top of this, like, it would have been ugly. So I respect his resigning, honestly. I'm pretty sure that took a lot out of him to do that because that's a lot of money he's walking away from. Like, that was as ironclad of a contract that I thought I've ever seen. I mean, 10-year deal. $100 million contract for a coach? It's nuts. But, yeah.
I guess what's even more nuts is that he left his cush job in the booth to go here and pick up a extremely stressful job to get exposed as a potential, racist, homophobe, xenophobe, whatever you want to call it. Like, he was just chilling in the booth, kicking it, you know, kicking with the homies, having the Gruden cam and Spider Y, banana and all that, those funny things. And now he's going out at the bottom. And honestly, low key, the only winner of this, if there is a winner of all of this, is Urban Meyer, because he was kind of the big story for a minute. He's next.
He'll be back.
He's next.
Yeah.
He'll get another.
He'll be back in the line.
Yeah, he'll be back in the booth.
The only thing I'm not looking forward to is all these, because I already know what's gonna happen. These dumbass players or some shit is gonna come in here out here trying to defend him, saying I wasn't offended by what he said. So I don't understand what other people are like, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Stop interviewing those folks.
Like, you know what's wrong with this. I don't know what you're doing. Like, stop playing corporate bully for a little bit.
Yeah, man. They're gonna have John Gruden and Drew Brees teamed up on one hand football or something like that.
Give it 2 years. Guarantee he's gonna put out an apology email and it's gonna be over.
Drew Brees cuts his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches diagonal. Like, that tells me everything I need to know about him.
Well,
that's a very sadistic individual. Okay. First of all, who cuts the peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Second of all, diagonal.
I was about to say, I've never cut a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Wait, we're not. Okay, never.
I've cut like regular sandwiches.
The same person who eats Vienna sausages does that.
I know, right? Like, yeah.
I'm not saying. Look,
there's not Breeze. There's not Breeze.
All right, so back to the Falcons. Eric, what did you think about this win? Wait, the Lethal, did you go? I don't know if we got your take. You said you were happy we won. People are super for waking up at 9:30. Copy.
Like myself.
Okay. Eric, what are your thoughts?
You know what? I thought it was interesting how close this offense was close to scoring 40 points without Ridley engaged, because they were 2 turnovers away from possibly scoring 40 points, at least 30, without their top 2 receivers, which was very interesting.
Can we pause for a second?
No, let them finish. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
No. But when I say top 2 receivers, I mean like depth chart wise. Like,
okay, all right, okay.
I'm not talking about like, okay, we obviously know who's the best,
quote unquote top 2.
Top 2, right? Depth chart wise, I just thought it was interesting. It's crazy how this is. If you want to compare it to last week against Washington, like, this might have been the best that they've looked offensively all year. They didn't give up a sack, which is amazing. Didn't give up a sack. They had some run lanes. They got a little run game going. It wasn't a whole lot, but they had a 100-yard day, technically. You know, they looked all right. And honestly, that was the right game to have before a bye week. So now they get to go on a bye week on a high note, hopefully get Ridley engaged back for the game against Miami in a couple weeks. And we'll see how that offense looks there. It'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how this offense looks with Ridley engaged back into the picture, because yesterday they looked pretty solid without him. I'm not saying they don't need him. I'm just saying they look pretty damn solid without him. I know it's the Jets, but still.
Yeah. I would like to see, because the Jets, like, linebacker core and safety core was pretty much like killed by injuries and shit. So that was definitely like a very like favorable matchup for Kyle Pitts and Hayden Hurst, who finally decided to do something.
They also gave him a ton of one-on-ones.
That's true. That's very true. But also, that's also because they were going. The Jets are stupid. It's the Jets. I don't expect anything from them ever. But they're going against, who are they? The Dolphins next time.
Yeah,
and they don't really have anybody in like a linebacker group that should be able to keep up with Kyle Pitts in that manner. So it'd be interesting to see if Ridley's still on the team, which at this point I'm pretty sure he will be. Or like if Hayden Hurst, or if they decide to like replicate that, because again, you did say, like you said, they did give him a ton of one-on-ones, which is probably the easiest matchup you don't do that against like really good players. But at the same time, it'll be interesting to see if with the like a actual better secondary, like I'm pretty sure if the Dolphins want to, they could put, I don't know, anybody on Kyle. They could put like, I don't even remember the depth chart at this point.
Xavier Howard.
I was about to say, didn't he want out or some shit like that a couple while ago? I didn't know if he was that tricky.
He had some issues this weekend against the Bucs, but I mean, it is technically, as far as talent wise, it is a better defense. You do make a good point. I don't know if there's anybody in that. I'm pretty sure there's no one in that linebacker core. Maybe Jerome Baker might be able to hold his own a little bit. But I don't think, honestly, I don't think there's anyone that can consistently cover Kyle like that 1-on-1. So they're going to have, and it was weird seeing Robert Saleh being the type of head coach he is, knowing what he had in San Francisco, and he's really going to play Kyle Pitts he's going to give him 1-on-1 looks. All right, whatever, dude. Like that's, I would have said, look, you're going to have to give the rock to Cordero for 20 times to beat you today. Because
I literally would have been like double him, have Tajay Sharp and
like they got to beat me.
But they were just like, nah, single high, cover you sometime. Yep. Let Kyle Pitts work all the way over the middle. And it didn't make any sense. Like you have one good player on that offense two good players in the offense at that point. Why are you not trying to take them out of the game? Nope. But they won, so I guess can't really complain.
Even the biggest player of the game for them, they brought the safeties down.
That had to be either a miscommunication thing or just a stupid ass play call. Because
it was the right play call for the Falcons, and it sucked the safeties in, but they still played. They were supposed.
My question is, like you said, they did have 100-yard rushing, but the rushing game wasn't good all game. It wasn't. Why are you your like safeties reading up when they literally every drive they ran 3 or 4 play action passes?
Suck them up. Literally every play action pass worked yesterday, just about.
Literally. So like, why would they do it like that? That's something like NFL coaches got to explain, because they do a lot of NFL coaches do that a lot. Like they still have that old school mindset of you have to run play action effectively. Like no, because the Falcons didn't run well at all, and play action was destroying people.
Mm-hmm. They also got protection too, so that helped. They didn't give up.
My Jalen Mayfield stonks are going high.
Yeah, he's again, and I think Eric has been saying this as well as other people. I'm sure Jalen said as well, but he's progressively got better every week, along with the team. So what I'm saying is like I get your concerns. I guess everybody's concerns with the team, being it's the Jets, but I mean. People that are realistic about this team, if you know, like what the depth issues are and whatnot, and the cap issues and whatnot, we want to be entertained and see growth. So it seems like maybe Arthur Smith is starting to figure it out as far as play calling. It seems like Kyle Pitts is starting to figure out, himself being the projected unicorn, getting involved. Well, them getting him involved because he can't throw himself the ball, can't scheme himself. And then it seems in this game that Matt Ryan is hopefully starting to get comfortable with this system, like Eric was saying with the play action, like he was very decisive with his passes coming off play action. It looked amazing. Like I was like, damn, like
make it's very easy to be decisive when the Jets leave somebody wide open every time. But
that is fair. But
I understand what you mean.
But it still looked like something to build upon, if that makes sense. But like you said, we do want to see what it looks like against a competent franchise, I guess, if that makes sense. So. But it was still an impressive win, like Eric said. It's a good win to go into the bye. Guys feeling good. Build upon that and string together, more improvements, more things to work on, more things to build for the future. Because this looks like what the blueprint that Arthur Smith has for this offense, right? We were missing our quote unquote top 2 receivers, and still, like Eric said, we're about 2 plays away from a 40-point game. Like the future of this offense might not be based around, big time receivers. Looks like it maybe ran through, Kyle Pitts, a running game, and a staunch defense, which I have zero problem with. Like that's shit. I'll take it as long as we're winning. So I'm curious.
Just because of the quarterback they have right now, but like obviously in the future, if they want to, but if they get like a quarterback that can't really throw, that'd be perfect. But the Ravens kind of tried to do that last year, right? And then they got the ass beat because they just stopped the run.
Fair enough.
Again, like you have to have multiple ways to win.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be like, let's get a decent to bad quarterback with a super elite defense and a 2 touchdown a game defense. Like I don't want that.
Well, I didn't mean a bad quarterback, but I don't think that Arthur Smith.
I know what you mean. I'm just saying
a prototypical passer, if that makes sense.
Imagine be like, hey, I want to draft a quarterback that's not a passer.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's. I mean, Tyson Hill is available. He does want to be a starter in the league, so you know what I'm saying. Like, probably get him for the low. So
No comment.
no comment. Anywho, but yeah, what were the highs and the lows? I mean, for this week, what did you guys? What caught your attention about this game besides Kyle Pitts, which was kind of crazy? That, again, you subtract weapons, but you kind of look better. I don't understand. I know Jalen has some takes that certain players may not be a fit for this offense, Calvin Ridley, but yes.
Yeah, what I was saying was because the way it seemed, it was very like weird. Because looking at the Titans offense, they don't have really like any like super good defenders. They have really big bodies, like right, like
that's your ringtone. You still have ringtones? It's 2021, Lethal. Seriously?
Leave me alone.
Who was the wide receiver on the Jets that was on the Titans? I forgot his name.
Corey Davis.
I keep wanting to Carlton Davis. That's not his name. It's Corey Davis. Like, he's a big body, decent catch radius, catches the ball well. Same thing with AJ Brown. Like, I don't know. They've had really only like one or two like finesse receivers in their like lineup. It was Tajay Sharp and then like one of the little white boys that they randomly picked up.
Humphries.
Like I don't think Calvin really is really like a fit for the team here. Like, he's good, but like, because apparently he's not being asked to be run routes, get people open, go deep, because that's not apparently what Arthur Smith is doing with his players right now. Like, Ridley's biggest flaw is he can't make contested catches, and that's pretty much what the offense is at this point. Tight windows, contested catches. So like, I don't see any future where he'll be on the team unless he's like getting paid a ton of less money.
So I think he can thrive in this system.
I do too. However, I think it would take something Arthur Smith is not willing to do.
Which would be
actually get him like on some pick routes that'll like get him open, not him being like the decoy. And like, because again, like if you're going to be running a quick play action like that, you kind of need somebody who's either going to get open extremely quickly. Or you need somebody who can make a contested catch. He can.
He can.
He definitely can. But at that point, they're going to like double him or something. And then is that really sustainable if he's not going to make the catch if somebody's on him? Or if he's only going to get 2 yards and then run backwards because he doesn't want to get hit?
I don't know. Like, it's hard to look at what happened against Washington and then all of us, his sudden absence from the team and from the game and not wonder whether or not that was a whole like just mental hurdle we had in front of him, because let's be quite honest, that was the ugliest game we've seen from him since he's been a Falcon.
Yep,
hands down. I think he registered about 3 or 4 drops that game, and it was just
he had at least 3, and all of them were 20 yards plus.
And these were routine catches that they've seen him make before. He can thrive in this system because this system doesn't ask a whole lot from their receivers. You don't need the physical receivers, honestly, in this system. You don't need to be a burner. You just need to be a crafty route runner and able to get open fairly quickly, which is what he can do. But the big hurdle with him now is he can't hang on to the football, man. Like, that's something he got to get over regardless what scheme he's in, to be honest with you. And that was what's funny is that was his biggest red flag coming out of Alabama, and it wasn't something that we saw the first few years in Atlanta. Like,
he was always open. Like,
he was always open, right? But we never like that was his big thing in Alabama, drop passes, and he gets here as a rookie, and he
drop passes and contested catches. That was it.
And he gets to Atlanta as a rookie, and he overcomes that. He doesn't have that issue. But this is the year where it's like, bro, you are dropping everything, easy stuff. So we'll see going forward. I honestly don't know if he's really going to be part of their future plans. Jalen is saying it because of schematic reasons. I'm saying because
of money, but
because of money, yeah. Like, like I said, he has a market value right now of $15 million, and I don't think I'll be willing to pay him $15 million.
I'm not paying anybody $15 million, like football player, anything above like $6 million a year. If you're just gonna be, if you literally want to be just a finesse route runner and a deep threat, and you're gonna drop balls, like you're getting literally journeyman money.
Everybody wanted to label him as a wide receiver one coming into the season, and I've always felt like, I don't know, man. Like,
I've always been on the let's see what he does when he's actually the wide receiver one.
Yeah, like he looked great last year. Cool. All right.
People kept throwing out that stupid ass stat with him and Julio when Julio's in the game, Calvin Ridley's the wide receiver one. Julio's getting triple teamed every damn play. He has one job to beat the third string corner.
Yeah, but there was data or stats to show that games that Julio were out, that he, if you use counting numbers, put up numbers. I don't know.
Yeah, but that goes from that little serving size that you have, and now it's a whole season. Now he's going to be seeing nothing but cornerback ones for 17 straight.
Crazy how that works. Like I never would have thought that would happen.
Right. He had a few games last year where he looked fine without Julio, but again, now it changes. Now teams are going to be going into every game saying, all right, Calvin Ridley is the number one priority as far as the passing game goes. So how does he win in that way? And because of that agenda now, I don't see him thriving. I mean, I don't see him making the plays that he should be as a wide receiver one. Could he be? In an ideal, in this particular system, I think he can thrive. But I don't. If we're looking at him to be the bell cow as a receiver, no, I'm sorry. There's just certain things he doesn't do that I question. You know, if you want to be a wide receiver one, you got to make the tough catches across the middle.
I don't think in 5 years he has ever made like a contested catch.
No, he has. He made one. He made a couple last year. I remember the home game against the Saints. He made that one down the right sideline against Lattimore, where Lattimore blocked his vision and he caught it at the last second. I remember that one. That was a good one. He made one. He made another one against the Saints on the road when he was 1-on-1 with Janoris Jenkins on the deep post. But like those catches, to me, I think like if it's 1-on-ones down the field where he has the corner beat even by a slim margin, like I think those catches he can make. But it's the catches on 3rd and 6 where he has to run a quick slant and he sees the safety crashing down, or he sees a linebacker just waiting for him.
Footsteps.
And he alligator arms everything. Like those are the catches where I'm like, bro, like come on. You have to make those. Even if you're going to make it and get popped for 7 yards, you got the first down. That's all that matters. Like it's just.
Would it be fair to say that Calvin, like again, I'm not like hating on Calvin. First of all, to answer Marcus' question before, I hope it was just him needing like a little break, like a mental break, and not something like actual bad happened, like always, and all that. But like, what if like where Matt Ryan is right now as a quarterback isn't what is going to like help Calvin Ridley?
Say that again.
Like, what if I don't know how to say this like without sounding like I'm hating on Matt Ryan or anything, because I'm not. Like, what if like who Matt Ryan is as a quarterback right now, who's just going to kill you intermediate, 15 yards, maybe 10, 15.
Oh, okay, I get where you're going. Yeah.
Where Calvin really can't do stuff like that too often.
Yeah.
What if that's like like hurting him?
Disconnect, right? That's the disconnect between the two now, because where Matt is thriving right now is
right in the middle of the field, like
hitting those tight windows at the intermediate level, and that's a weakness of Ridley. He doesn't want to go across the middle. Again, it's just like those, and it's not just that. Like when it comes to beating press coverage, he can't do that. He can't win that consistently.
If they get a good jam on him, he's done.
He's done. And again, like to me, if you want to be a wide receiver one, those are the boxes you have to check. And you don't have to beat press coverage on every play, but you have to be reliable in that aspect at least. Like you said, Jalen, I think Jalen can go up there and jam him, and he'll probably be taken out of a play on 3rd down. Like that's just how it is. He doesn't deal well with physicality. So I don't know if I can label him as a wide receiver one because that's what he's going to see.
Yeah, there was on the first drive, there was a catch that Cordero Patterson made over the middle, and I tweeted out, I was like, yo, like, look how not scared of contact Cordero Patterson was to catch that ball, make a great catch over the middle to, I believe, to get a first down. It's just like,
I mean, there's defenders that are scared to hit Cordero too. Let's just be honest.
I mean, that's fair, but
that man is massive.
I mean, that's
Hey,
fair, but
there's safeties that are
it's
like,
human nature.
Trying to do what?
It's human nature to want to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of floating out there. But I mean, as a receiver, you have to understand that that's going to be things you have to do. That's going to be in your job description.
I look at, and I don't want to compare skill sets, but there's one aspect of, because if you look at a guy like Antonio Brown, who's pretty much the same, height and weight as Calvin Ridley, is that really a problem when it comes to Antonio? Like, he doesn't have issues with physicality. He will make those catches.
He's also a fucking psycho, but
he is. but he'll absorb those hits, even though he's not the big burly receivers that most guys are.
I mean, Russell Gage will do it.
Russell Gage would do it. But
that's probably what people were saying he's going to be like so much better because he was the third down guy last year. Like,
right.
3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. If you need something over the middle, he's going up and catching that.
Yeah.
He might drop it after you get hit by 7 people, but he's going to go catch it.
Yeah. Or he's going to try to hurdle the entire defense, but he's going to try to make a play. I can't see that from Calvin. That's the thing. And that's what I'm trying to say when it comes to Calvin. Like, you look at again, the skill sets are not matching here, but when you look at a guy like Antonio Brown, who's smaller, but he's an example of someone that's small in stature, but can be a wide receiver one because of what that particular scheme calls for him. And that's what he does routinely. I don't see that from Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin, they have Antonio Brown listed at 5'10", 185. And they have Calvin Ridley listed at 6'1", 190. So he's
bigger.
That's what probably because he's taller though. But
yeah, he's taller. But still, it's just the aspect of like, hey, if you want Antonio to get this 5-yard catch, go back to the game-winning touchdown he had against the Ravens a few years ago, where he went across the middle against 3 defenders, caught it, extended over the end zone, and won the game for Pittsburgh. Took the hit, but won the game. I don't ever see Calvin Ridley making a play like that. Like, those are the things that you're going to need as a wide receiver one. You can't just beat everybody with technical skills on every single play.
Yeah, not in the modern era where
everybody's good. Like, I love watching like the finesse players. Like, I love watching like really good route runners. It's just pretty to watch. It's like pretty to look at all the time. But like at some point, you gotta take a hit. It's football. Like,
right.
You gotta take a hit.
Right. Terry McLaurin is another one.
Yeah.
He's a real wide receiver one.
He's a wide receiver 100%. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's like 36, but he's so good.
Yeah, he's a crafty dude, man. God damn.
He's so good.
But he was underutilized at Ohio State, man. He was like a wide receiver 3 or 4 at times. They didn't even use him.
They had like a decent amount of like talent at that point, though, too.
They did. But it's just crazy to see him come out of that system with that talent that was around him, and now look at him. He's one of the more elite receivers in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cordero Patterson is a large human being, 6'2", 220. So I respect that.
The safeties don't want to come out.
Bro, no bullshit. I think it was Landon Collins last week against the Redskins, tried to come up and hit him on a run or something, and he just bounced off of him, bro. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. Logan Ryan did the same. Logan Ryan did the same thing. Had a one-on-one in the middle of the field with Cordero, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to throw a shoulder in this," because he knew, like, that's not gonna work, bro.
So, real quick, sticking on Cordero Patterson. I know a lot of Falcons fans, after his renaissance here in Atlanta, are clamoring for him to quote unquote retire a Falcon, keep him on the team as long as possible. He's 30 years old right now, but do you think because he hasn't had, I guess, too much wear and tear in the league, we can get a little bit more out of him for a couple more years? Or is this going to be like kind of an anomaly of a season for him where he's just kind of doing whatever he wants, like catching the ball, running through people, kind of being that Swiss Army knife that we need?
I will say, I remember when he got signed, he explicitly said, "I came here to play with Julio."
Oh shit!
He was like, "I came here to play with Julio."
He did.
And they traded him like 2 months later. So unless they, again, I don't think anybody who they sign on a 1-year contract, unless they're willing to take a shit ton of pay cut, anybody they sign on a 1-year contract is not going to be here for the foreseeable future. Especially if he keeps up this pace, he'll have like 10 touchdowns on a year. Somebody will pay him a lot more.
Back to yo, that's crazy.
He's fun though. I am very much enjoying him being on the team.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't expect greatness from us, but as long as we're getting entertained, you know what I'm saying, and we're getting better, that's fine. But damn, like you're right. There's no way that just from the number standpoint, somebody's going to pay him. Like, but what are the odds that somebody doesn't though? Because there's been the opportunity for him to go wherever he has wanted to, and we took a chance on him. What if they're like, hey, you know, maybe he, for whatever reason, fits the best here?
He had like 3 contract offers from like teams. He just chose here because Julio was here.
Well, he decided that I'm going to channel my inner Julio and be the best player on the team.
His situation is going to be unique because like he as far as age goes, he is up there. He's 30, but I think he's a young 30.
Yeah. Not a lot of treading the tires.
I think with his transition to a running back, really actually gave him a couple more years.
Yeah, and then keep in mind he had a couple years, you know, in his career, like in New England, where he was really just a kick return guy. Like
he had like 6 snaps a game.
Well, shit, Sam, go back to 2016 or 2015 with Minnesota. It says he played in 16 games and had 2 receptions and 2 targets. Yeah, so he pretty much had a whole year off.
He has a couple of seasons like that. Like I said, New England didn't really use him like that. He didn't really get that type of versatile looks until he got to Chicago, and even Chicago was like, all right, we'll give him a couple snaps a game, and then that's it. Let's take him out. So he's 30, but he's a young 30. I still think he's got some tread on the tires there, so it's going to be unique. You are right though. Somebody's going to pay him. Somebody's going to offer him a deal, like a 3-year deal, probably. Somebody's going to give him some decent money.
So how do we replace this? I mean, we're looking into the future, but like, how do we replace that production? Right? Do we hope that in year 2 the offense with
technically don't, because he's a running back who's 6'2", 220.
That's like 3 players. That's like 3. You don't replace that.
But you can replace, I don't know, about like 60. If you could get 60% of that, if you share that equally, I don't know, maybe give like 30% more to Kyle Pitts, stop taking him off the field every 2 downs, and then you draft somebody because you have like 6 picks this draft. Draft a wide receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round. Look, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna sound like Josh real quick, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
No shit.
I don't think it's gonna happen. But if George Pickens decides that, hey, I'm done with college for a little bit because he just got hurt. He wants to play. I would say just because he's off his injury, I would be like, take him in the 3rd or 4th round, because when he does play, he's a beast. Like contested catches galore. That's just I haven't done any draft prep. That's just the one wide receiver that I know in this draft is gonna go in like the 3rd or 4th round if he gets drafted. That's it. But you can't replace Patterson's production like at all.
Yes.
Technically, yeah, Jalen's right. George Pickens.
I know why you're doing it because of the Georgia thing. And like, I don't ever say pick a Georgia player unless they're actually good. So I have some actual like goodwill here.
Right. No,
I'm not over here like take him in the 1st round. I'm over here like
you got a
3rd, 4th round. You know, maybe if he wants to play here.
But to answer your question, Breeze, like you can't replace that. Like that's 3 players in one, and I think finally teams are starting to see how valuable he is. You know, remember he was drafted to be like the main guy in the receiving corps, and you know I don't know if I think we all realize at this point he's not a lead receiver. He's not a wide receiver one. He's not those type of guys. He's not in the category of a Julio or DeAndre or anything like that. But you see how valuable he is to a team. Like, you're talking about a guy that can just get 119, 120 scrimmage yards easily
from 4 different spots. You know what's crazy? His next position, if he ever slows down a running back, I swear he could play until he's like 36 because they're just gonna move him to tight end, and he's gonna be a beast there too.
Chicago gave him H-back snaps last year.
Yeah, so like he can literally play everything on the field. Like,
yeah, he can work. But Breeze, would you sign him? Would you give him a 3-year deal?
I mean, my thing is, I'm not sure if I give him a 3-year deal. I mean, if you're a savvy GM like Fontenot's been projected to be, if there's a way that, it's not fully guaranteed, you can get rid of him if he shows like decline of production, why not? Because we need whatever talent we can get. But him looking at this team, if we finished with only 4 losses or 4 wins or whatever, 4 or 5 wins, then I'm getting a little bit more money, maybe even a little less to come somewhere else. Like, why would I want to play with a bunch of losers? Like, he came to play with Julio because he's like, hey, Julio's going to get us some wins, possibly some playoffs. Like, nah, bro, y'all good. I'm going to go ahead and go to somewhere else, anywhere else. I'm going to go to the fucking Buccaneers or something like that because they out here winning. So
why would the
that's just me. But it's going to be sad when it's not Falcon.
You don't know. He might look at the scheme now, and he might look at how he's used, and he might say, you know what, I like it here. I like the way you guys use me. I don't know if every other team is going to be able to use me.
It all just depends on what a player's motivations are. We never know.
I mean, he has a ring. Let's keep that in mind. It's not like he's chasing a ring. He has one already. So maybe at this point, that may not be. Of course, he wants to win another championship. Every player wants to win a championship, but it's not a situation where he's like, okay, I'm willing to sit on the bench in Tampa to get another Super Bowl ring. Like, he may look at this situation and say, Tampa's not going to use me like this, which they obviously won't. You will not see this type of volume usage in Tampa. You may not see it anywhere else, to be quite honest with you. Depends on where you go. Like, Seattle's not going to use them like that, in my opinion.
Literally, the only team that might is like the Chiefs or like the Panthers, maybe. Just because I like Joe Brady.
Maybe. I don't even think the Chiefs will probably use them like that. Like, this is a unique situation because the Falcons are in dire need of weapons, and he is a guy that can be a weapon in 3 different positions. So it's either get utilized like this and show your talents, or you go to a place where you're just relegated to being a kick returner again, probably. And then,
I get it. At the core of every player, like anybody that's played sports, right? They want to play.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I think things change when money starts getting involved, right?
Always.
So again, he knows that in Atlanta, he's going to get significant touches because it's been shown that he's clearly the best offensive player on the team, right? But if another team is willing to risk potentially getting that production and them cutting him a bigger check, you would be a fool not to take the money, in my opinion. I get, like you said, the motivations may be different, but there's only so many opportunities you get to collect the bag. But I mean, if he's been good with his money in his career, then yeah, if you're trying to play, get him a field and be that guy, stay in Atlanta because
a lot of things come into play. I mean, if it's hypothetically, let's just say the Falcons offer him, I don't know, let's just say a 3-year deal worth what, $18 million. I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out there.
Look, yeah, I'm glad you said that because anything over like 7, I would be saying is criminal because they don't have the money for that. Half their team is a free agent. Half their team is a free agent next year. They can't be offering that kind of money for him.
And let's say a team offers slightly more, a 3-year deal worth $22 million. I don't know, but he goes to another team, or he has an opportunity to go to another team, but he knows that he may not get the volume. He may not get the looks like he did in Atlanta. He might, and remember, he's born and raised in South Carolina. So being in Atlanta keeps him in close proximity to being home. So he may, I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to get him a whole time discount, but I'm just saying he may look at it and say, hey, I'm 30, already got a ring.
Yes, the age.
It'll be nice to get another ring, but these guys are going to give me the ball. They believe in me. They're going to use me as a weapon. And plus I'm close to family. So it's like, he may sacrifice $4 million for that.
I hope he does.
Maybe.
But where does that leave?
I'm
Where does that leave
Mike
Mike Davis?
For anything.
Right.
Mike Davis not going to be here. We already knew that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, cool.
Where does that leave Davis?
Draft somebody else.
Jesus. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm willing to bet they're going to take a running back before round 4.
Which is stupid.
Probably day 2.
I
think it's stupid.
Fair. But I think they're going to do it. I also believe before we get to day 3 of the draft that they may walk away with probably a quarterback, a receiver, and maybe a running back before day 3 of the draft. Depending on how the draft shakes, they may get a nice little trade where they can trade down, accumulate a couple extra picks. But I honestly believe that they can walk away with that.
I don't know how I feel about that. Oh.
Why?
Unless it's a trade back, you get like more picks, obviously.
Right. Only in a trade back, yeah.
Then anything is on the table. I wouldn't really care as long as like you pick good players. But like they need so much help on defense. I don't know if you can risk taking 3 skill positions. Like I understand the quarterback. There's like 2 quarterbacks in the draft who are like even somewhat remotely possible to be good later on. So like if one of them falls, I'll take them with my first pick in the second round. I wouldn't care. It's just they need so much help on defense. Like I can't risk taking 3 skill positions in my first like 4 picks.
I get it.
No one doesn't look like they have a plan.
And that is my prediction if they were to trade down and accumulate some more picks.
They should have traded down last year, but we're not going to go on that.
So I was talking to somebody about this as well. But so does the Falcons' final record change how you feel about what they do with whatever pick they have? Because I'm at the point like with Jalen saying,
no,
I don't care what pick they have. I feel like we should trade back, man. We need more picks. We need an influx of talent. One player is not going to really change direction.
Legitimately, the next 2 drafts they should trade back unless they get the number 1 overall pick.
For this year or next year?
I'll be honest with you, and I know that's what Jalen's shooting for. Even if they get the number 1 overall pick, I would trade back from that.
Yeah. Unless okay, it depends on the draft class.
Yeah, in this draft, fine, right?
I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau is not going to turn around the fortunes of the team. Like he's going to be arguably the best defender they've had, of course, in years. But like
that's a low bar to set.
Facts.
I just don't think I don't have him in that class of players where it's like, oh my god, he can literally turn around an entire franchise.
He's no Myles Garrett, JJ Watt.
No.
He's more like, how can I say this? He's in that like second, high third tier. He's in the second tier, high third tier. Like if you want to put him there, he's very good. I just don't think he's generational, and
he's in that Joey Bosa class.
Yeah, that's fine. Very good player, just not going to change your entire defense.
Not going to, yeah. So that's why I say even if they get the number 1 overall pick this year, which how things look like it may shape out to be.
Going right to Urban Meyer.
The quarterback class, that Urban Meyer is not even going to be around to take that number.
Jags HC, that's what it is. Like a man who's white.
College, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't know about that either. But.
Yeah, right.
That's going to be his best spot because he will get another NFL job.
Athletic directors are not going to care about that bullshit. They don't. They're
college, No, it's college. They don't give a shit.
They're not going to care, especially if you're an athletic director at a major pro. Like if you're at USC, USC is not going to care about what's going on right now in the NFL.
So I specifically heard USC will be one that's not going to do that just because of the issues they've had with some of those things. So, but
that's neither here with some of what.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but, yeah, exactly.
But I don't. Urban is not even going to be in the NFL in 2022. Yeah. But
and then again, even then, I'm still weighing my option. Like, if the option is to trade back to like 10 off of number one, I'm not doing that. Unless you're giving me like this year's first, next year's first, a second next year, or second this year. I'm not doing that.
I'm tapping those pockets, bro. You want the number one?
Like you want the number one? Give me this year, next year, and the year after that first.
Coming off,
3 seconds.
I need two firsts, at least 2 seconds. Your wife. Yeah, I need all that, bro. You want that number one overall pick? You got to come up off of it. That's how it's gonna work. But this is shaping out to be a draft where it's like, man, I don't think having the number one overall pick or even the top 5 pick is really going to put you in a certain bar or in a certain category. Like, I wouldn't mind trading back this year. I want to ask Jalen this. Oh shit, what a catch by Pittman!
Yeah, I was watching that.
Good Lord, Calvin
destroyed Marlon Humphrey. God, my God,
Calvin couldn't do it. He did that on Humphrey. Or was that Rivers? I thought that was Rivers. Okay,
number 44.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. So my thing is this: is there a quarterback worth drafting in the first round this year?
No,
not
one. It's gonna happen because quarterbacks are extremely important and the need will push them. But in the top 20, no. Because you're what are your 2 options? People are saying Sam Howell. I don't think you should even be including him in the first 4 rounds because he's that bad.
The first 4 rounds?
Sam Howell? No, I'm not doing it. I don't see it. I don't like him. And he's white. That's negative points.
Jesus Christ, Gruden. Good Lord. God damn.
Negative points. No, I'm kidding. I just don't see like he does a lot of dumb shit. Like he can always get better, but not this year. I wouldn't take him in the first 2. I wouldn't take him in the first 3 rounds if I'm being realistic. I'll take him like in the top of the 3rd or bottom of the 3rd and top of the 4th, but no. And then your other option is Matt Corral and then Malik Willis. Both of them need to sit for a year.
Which I mean, in Atlanta, that would be.
Yeah, but that's if you're. I'm still not picking him like top 10.
You're not taking who top 10? Willis?
Malik Willis. And he's my favorite quarterback of the class.
Top 15?
You're pushing like that. That's close. Like 15 to like 20. That's probably his sweet spot.
He's probably going
because probably because he's a quarterback and he's very fucking talented. But like I couldn't do it because at that point is like making too much on him realizing his like full potential for the Falcons. For another team who will probably like set up for it, then sure, go ahead, do what you want to do. But for the Falcons, who like your entire future is probably banking on your first 3 or so pick to this draft.
I want fans to understand like they're going to take an heir apparent at some point. It's going to happen.
If they're smart, it would be this year.
It'll be this year, right? I know we love Matt Ryan. I know we think Matt Ryan still has some juice left, but they're going to get their next guy. If they're smart, like Jalen said, they'll do it this year. Please do not kick that can to 2023 and say we'll just wait till 2023 to get a quarterback. I feel like that is a disaster waiting to happen.
2023 class is like it's like a 2-man race at this point, right? Like you got to think about that.
Like, that's 2 years away. Like you have anything can happen to them. Anything, and I mean,
like those players could suck or like anything. Literally anything could happen.
They could because I know a year or year and a half ago we were like, man, that 2022 quarterback class, whew, man. And now look at us. We're like, damn, I don't even know when I'm going in the first round. Anything can happen, man. If you want to do it now. Do it now. I wouldn't have minded if they did it this year and took Fields or whatever and let him sit. I wouldn't have minded that. But they're going to take one at some point. It's going to happen. I don't care what anybody says. They got to get their guys.
It needs to happen. Matt will be 37 at the end of this year.
It does. It needs to happen. I love Matt, and he's still got some work.
Love him to death.
They need to do it.
It just needs to happen. Like there's literally like I'm not even gonna like looking ahead. Like I don't know any of the quarterback like true freshmen and everything from the college class. Like I know like 2 of them, and I know like one of them is gonna be like really good. I don't know. I don't know about like Bryce Young or anything. Yeah, there's always gonna be like one quarterback who everybody's like, oh, they're gonna be really good. You can see it from the day one. Yeah. But like a lot of them are just like he could be good,
Right.
But he could also be trash.
Right. I'll be like I always say, man. I'll be damned if we don't draft the quarterback and all of a sudden we bring in Tyrod Taylor on a 1-year deal to start and hold down the fort. I'm not going. Hell no, I ain't going through that, man. Just get a guy in there now.
They don't have a plan. Their plan is BPA.
They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan.
Exactly. Like, we don't
They're
know the
literally-
fucking plan. What's the plan? Do you see a plan? If you see a plan, let us know.
Then a plan is not going to happen now in September. They probably going to have a plan in place by December, maybe. But now they don't have a plan right now.
I don't even think in December they'll be close to having a plan. In, like, I don't know.
They're just playing. They're just playing football.
Yeah.
That's all. They're just playing football right now. That's all they're doing.
And even then, I'm just like, man, like they don't know what they're doing. Like they don't know what's going on right now. I can't blame them. They don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on.
I will say this though: they are scouting quarterbacks. That is for sure.
They were at the Cincinnati game often. They were at the Arkansas game often. They were at the Oklahoma game often. They've been like 3 times.
They are scouting quarterbacks.
And the crazy part is unless the Cincinnati quarterback might be good. He might be okay. He's okay. Like I don't know if he'll be like first round pick good.
Hell no. No.
But like in the 3rd or so round, like if that's where they want to go,
yeah, they could take a flyer on him there. But
sure.
I think he's 2 years away.
Yeah. That just depends. Maybe they put all their bets in Matt Ryan being decent until he's 39.
Oh God.
And that's scary. That's scary.
I don't want to do that shit, man. Oh, Tom Brady played until he's 44. Yeah, Tom Brady is Jesus Christ. Okay, there's a difference.
Tom Brady is Jesus Christ, and he's thrown maybe like 2,000 less passes than Matt Ryan in the last 3 seasons.
Exactly.
He has an excuse. He is literally an anomaly.
Exactly. Please do not use him as an example.
Don't use anything Patriots, Tom Brady related, because they are literally an anomaly. Ever. They exist inside their own spectrum of football.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, one last thing about the Jets game before I'm pretty sure we're about to wrap it up in a little bit because we've exhausted ourselves talking. That was a bad sack. We've exhausted ourselves about it is the defense on the offense. Eric, what did you besides? I thought like I don't think they went like too good. I don't think it was like that good. They played good for their like talent level, but
yeah,
I think it was more Zach Wilson being terrible than them actually doing like a lot of good stuff.
It was a little bit of both.
That's fair. I just think it was more Zach Wilson than
more. Yeah, a little bit of mainly Zach Wilson. But I think their defense, especially the front four, they played pretty solid yesterday. They had a couple sacks. Those sacks came late in the last drive of the game, but they were able to keep him flustered. He wasn't comfortable. He wasn't able to sit in the pocket for a long period of time like he wanted to. But I think, and it was pointed out yesterday, man, like the thing with Zach Wilson right now, Zach Wilson's he's one of those quarterbacks right now that he's trying to make a big play on every pass play, and he doesn't need to. He doesn't like check downs. He doesn't believe in check downs, and check downs are there. And he's trying to throw 60-yard bombs every play. I'm like, bro, you're not. This is the NFL. It's not the Mountain West Conference. Okay. Coordinators know you're dealing with a guy like Dean Pease who's been around the block. He's played against Brady. He's played against Peyton. He knows quarterback play. You're not going to outwit him. So, yeah.
I would argue that them getting him outside of the pocket is the worst thing possible because that's all he knows how to do right now.
Yeah.
Is extend plays and try to throw the deep ball.
That's all he knows how to do.
Because he doesn't know what he's looking at.
Right.
He doesn't know. He doesn't take the check down. He's scared to death to throw in the middle of the field.
He is. And that's what Pease gave him yesterday. He gave him the middle of the field. He gave him the check downs and say, beat me that way. And he didn't even want to do it. He was like, yo, I'm still trying to throw this 75-yard bomb. Like, bro, you're not going to get that off. They're playing 2 deep shell coverage. They're dropping guys back. You're not going to do that. You're not going to have time to do that. Get the middle of the field. Because if you looked at it, a lot of the passes over that he had yesterday, some of the more productive ones were ones at the intermediate level where he had no choice but to take. Like, shit. Davis is like standing like this. Like, bro, I'm open. Throw me the ball. Like, it's just he had no choice but to throw that. But that's the thing with Zach Wilson right now, man. He's overthinking it. He's overthinking it. And he's trying to make the big play every time, and he doesn't have to. You got a guy like Michael Carter. You got a guy like Tevin Coleman. Dump it all to those guys in space and let them work. He don't believe in that. BYU didn't allow him to do that. BYU was like, bro, we're running posts, 40 yards down the field, hit him. Basically. So we'll see. I still think Zach Wilson's going to be fine in the NFL, though.
Yeah. My whole thing, I'm not hating on him. I think he's very talented. Like, his arm is insane.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I had a friend who was just like, oh, he's better than Justin Fields. And I was just like,
no.
I was like, come on. No. Like, no. Like, not in any world. Like, not in any world is he, like, no.
Fields has gotten so much better, just he's gotten so much sounder as a quarterback over the last couple of years because of his ability where he knows he has a rocket arm. But he also knows that he has legs and that he
live to play another down. He doesn't mind taking that, taking off for 8 yards and saying, all right, let's do 2nd and 2. He doesn't mind that. And that's where he's living right now, especially in this scheme in Chicago, because that's all he's going to get in Chicago because they don't believe in throwing deep. Preschool offense. I love it.
That's a watered down ass offense, man.
I feel like the Falcons offense of week 1 and 2.
The Bears are going to win a lot of games scoring 17 points. That's all that their offense can muster up, even with Fields back there, to be honest with you. Because Nagy is, I don't know what it is with that scheme, but Nagy is just that scheme is bad. It's awful. You get a 14-0 lead on the Bears, you might have got the game won already.
I don't know. They let him air it out a little bit in his first game, like against the Lions.
Yeah, and then he went up against Cleveland and tried to do the same thing and got sacked a dozen times. Yeah.
No, the Cleveland game was the first game when they were doing vanilla. Then the next thing he fully started was against the Lions. The next week he did good, but then they almost came back on because they resorted back to throwing 2-yard checkdowns. So everything is dumb. Coaches in the NFL should not be as dumb as they are. You can't be that set in your ways. Like, even if I'm playing Madden, I haven't played Madden in forever. If I'm playing Madden, some shit ain't working. I'm changing what I'm doing. Like, like, come on.
Yeah, some of them don't believe in it.
They just don't be working out like that.
Nope. What happened to Breeze? Where'd he go?
He did say he was gonna be here for like 30 minutes. He ended up staying for an hour, so he lasted longer than I thought.
You know how he gets.
Marcus, why are you looking at my beard?
Bro,
Marcus is just Marcus.
He be on some shit. I swear.
Definitely.
All right. So what do y'all think about Quavo believing he can take Matt Ryan's spot?
I believe that you should say that man's name right, first of all.
Second of all, his name?
It's Quavo.
Whatever. Quavo, who fucking cares, oh? He's an idiot.
What do I think about him trying to take Matt Ryan's job?
He said he believes he can take Ryan's spot.
All right, go on out there against the Rams then. Let's see what you do against Aaron Donald.
Fuck the Rams. Go out there again. Who's the worst defense?
Go out there against the Jets.
The Jets.
Let me see what you do against Quinnen Williams and Sheldon Rankins. Let me see what you got.
Fuck that. What's the worst secondary in the league?
The Seahawks.
Go out there against the Seahawks. Let's see what you do.
Let me see what you do. Come on, man, stop playing. Like this. This is the type of stuff because it's one thing, and I don't want to talk bad about ESPN, but
trust me, it's understood. I know what you're talking
about. It's like why? Okay, you're getting these celebrities to try to speak up for a fan base, and these celebrities are obviously not knowing what the hell they're talking about. Okay, we're talking about. You got Quavo, who honestly think he can suit up today and take the spot of a former MVP who's 8th all time in the passing yards list. All right,
Hall of Famer, MVP, and
you can lace it up and go out there against. All right, cool. Anyway, you got Gucci, who's out here saying that they should trade for
Cam Newton.
No, they saying they should trade for Haskins. Haskins can't even.
He's a third string.
He's a third. He can't even beat out Mason Rudolph. Sit down. All right? Like, come on, man. Y'all got to stop. T.I. out here saying the same thing. Y'all getting these celebrities don't know what.
He's not in prison yet.
I don't know nothing they talking about, man. Like, come on, guys. This makes no sense. And again, to Quavo, I respect you. You know, I respect your ability. I love your music, of course. But, bro, you're not taking Matt Ryan's spot. There's no way you can suit up today and say you can take his spot as a number one quarterback. All right, bro. I want to see you take a hit from Aaron Donald, and I guarantee you'll reconsider that.
This skinny ass gonna fucking poof.
I guarantee you reconsider that. I guarantee you won't be able to get away from Brian Burns. I promise you, bro. No. Matt Ryan definitely needs to show up to a rap video. Yeah, bro.
He'll show up in a rap video and somebody, I swear, his haters are going to be like, oh, he's over there with them trash-ass rappers, and everybody's just going to go downhill from there. They're literally just going to be like, oh, Matt Ryan made the song worse, even though it's probably going to go like top of the charts or some shit.
Like that's just the stuff. That's just the type of stuff that bothers me, man. When people honestly who don't even play the sport can honestly sit here and say publicly, I can suit up and play today if I wanted to. All right, man. Whatever. These are trained professionals. These guys put in so much work. And you mean to tell me Quavo think he can put on some pads today and be the QB1 in Atlanta? Right now. Seriously, bro?
That's what he said.
All right. I want to see you. I want to see you take on a all-out blitz from the Bucks. Let me see you do that. Let me see you try to escape away from that.
No fucking shot.
Let me see you do that, bro.
Eric, watch that play.
Which one? With Duvernay?
Yeah.
What about it?
Hold on. How he just fumbled at the goal line and took it back 98 yards for a touchdown?
Oh, I'm behind.
Okay, you'll see in a second. You'll see in just a second. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. Oh, good Lord. You got to be kidding me.
I was spoiling and say he was down, but holy shit.
Hey, I'm going against the Colts in fantasy right now. Hold on, man. Let me check my score. Hold on, wait a minute.
Why did you check it? You got to wait till tomorrow, man.
Whew! I'm up by 12. Hold on, wait a minute. Does that score count?
You better hope so.
Please, no. It better not. No, I don't want it to count. He's down. He's down, right?
Yeah.
He's down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that ball coming loose. No, that ball coming loose. Oh, shit.
Marcus, don't nobody care what you need. All right, let's see. Who do we play next week?
They have a bye week.
Next week?
Yeah.
You don't play for 2 weeks.
We have peace?
Yeah.
Wow. We can enjoy our Sunday in peace.
Yep.
I can watch actual good football. I'm so happy.
Yeah, because that game was boring, honestly.
It was so boring, bro. I was mad that I woke up for that.
No, we woke up for one of the most boring games ever. I was like, I'm so bored. Like, This is what I woke up for. I'm literally drinking coffee to watch this game. Really? Seriously? Wow. And it's early, too. Damn. I didn't even realize we had a bye week that early.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were going to do the bye week. And they had to have done the bye week right after the London game. That's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes, Eb. What do you want?
We need it. Because you saw how the players like leading up to the game, like Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was like, "Yeah, I ain't get enough sleep."
They were looking rough as hell. I was like,
yeah. Mike Davis was like, "Man, that time change killed me." I was like, "Oh boy, this is like 3 days before the game, man. Y'all gonna be all right?"
Right.
I'm a little nervous now. Y'all gonna be all right?
Are y'all good? What do y'all need?
I know, right?
Y'all need some acid, some speed.
Okay, relax. We do not condone the use of acid or speed on this podcast.
That time change is real, but damn, I didn't want y'all to be out here in a press conference saying that shit. Like, you got to yourselves, guys.
Well, they won, so I guess it didn't hit them too hard.
Nah, we barely won. Shit, they almost made a fucking comeback on our asses. I was like, you know what? Y'all can stay here.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they did if Zach Wilson wasn't their quarterback.
Did anyone feel nervous?
No,
I didn't.
Like you didn't think they were gonna get the comeback?
First of all, I don't feel nervous if we lose because I want that to happen. But I didn't feel nervous because of the way that Zach Wilson was playing all game.
I don't know.
There wasn't any like sense of like I was tweeted like, well, they could lose this, but I wasn't like nervous or anything.
I felt like it was pending. I'm like, yo, this, I smell it.
They got bailed out a couple times, but yeah,
you did.
Yeah, it was so close. I was like, bruh, I really woke up for this.
Was he down for real? I can't tell from that angle.
It looked like he was down. It looked like he had like possession of it, and then,
the back angle where you see the ball, it looks like the ball is coming because he's holding it. He's literally holding it like in the palm of his hand, and it looks like it's loose.
I don't know. It looked like they showed a really good angle, like the side cam, where like he was dead, like his knee was down as he was losing control of it. So I don't know if that counts as a fumble, but like I don't know.
The Ravens look this is bad.
It's very bad.
This is very bad. No, nothing against the Colts, which is who are they're a good team. I respect them a lot. I love their defense, but the Ravens.
They traded a first-round pick for Carson Wentz. Nothing they do is good.
That's Ravens true.
They confirmed it, I think. Yep, they confirmed it.
It's a test now?
I think so.
Oh, shh. No, man. Please.
Oh, they didn't say it was a touchdown. They said Darius Leonard's knee was down on the return when he hurdled it back. So they're gonna mark it down at that spot.
His knee is down, but that ball is loose as hell. That ball is loose.
I'm talking about Darius Leonard.
I'm talking about Lamar.
Yeah, I'm talking about that's why it's not a touchdown. They got the recovery, but they didn't get the touchdown.
No.
So you got bailed out a couple points.
Oh boy.
He said, "Oh boy."
I'm up 12 right now, man.
Up 12.
Oh shit, I'm up 10. I'm sorry because they gave him the fumble. Fuck. I need Lamar. Lamar needs to score. That's simple as that. They need to. So his knee was down, but was he touched though?
I don't know if it matters in that instance.
So if his knee was, but he's not touched. So how is Leonard considered down?
I don't know if it matters for like a return. I don't know how that works. I don't know the rule book like that.
Eb says it was a forward pass.
No, it wasn't. He's definitely behind him.
We might do a pre-show next week. I don't know.
Or if we're gonna do anything next week, just do a space.
Okay.
if we can, because there's no point in doing like a show for it.
Yeah, space is fine.
We have peace, and people can come in and say their bullshit if they need to.
Peace and chicken grease. I gotta figure out how to record those.
It's a good question. It's a good statement. I don't know. Maybe join it from like another account and then like screen recorders. I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
That's a lot of work.
Right. Like spaces is like a lot of work in itself already. I don't know how to work it like that. So, but yeah, that's not happening. Nothing else happened. I'm so tired. I'm trying to recover.
Yeah, let's close out the show then, because I need
from that 9:30 game. That was so stupid. Can we not go to London next year? Please and thank you. NFL.
If they're projected to suck next year, then they're definitely gonna put them back on the London schedule.
Okay, let's wrap this show up. Shout outs. You got any shout outs, Jalen?
As usual, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron.
Gang.
Shout out to Kyle Pitts for getting his first touchdown of many in his career. And there was one person on the D line who actually like played decently well. I forgot who it was. So, shout out Deji Ogundeji for his first sack.
True.
He's gonna be good.
He's gonna be very good. I said that shit last week. I was like, seeing him, he's gonna be very good.
He's gonna be solid. He could have, man. He probably had about a good 3 sacks yesterday. Honestly, if Wilson would have held on to the ball another half a second, he's very good. He's gonna be solid. Yeah, I like his future.
You spoke him here. Hello, Aaron.
Oh, brother.
Jalen just spoke your name and you popped up. Look at that. Y'all make sure y'all check his show out every week. Every
day.
Don't know how he does it. Literally, I would be a pure alcoholic.
The G.
A pure functioning alcoholic. Eric, you got any shout outs?
Yeah. Shout out to John Gruden, man.
Okay, no, we're done. No shot.
I'm kidding. Man, yeah. Shout out to the Falcons, man, for getting that win yesterday. That was a pretty solid win. Shout out to Matt Ryan for the milestones that he passed. Definitely Hall of Fame quarterback. Yeah. Shout out to Ebony too, man. Just because I figured she gonna say something if I don't.
Yeah, she said you have 11 p.m.
She be saying you having a bedtime, bro. She be saying you can't talk about the Bulldogs. Like,
you a grown ass man, dog.
She better have gotten a shout out.
Because she out here talking that shit. She better say something.
She always do that. It's Ebony, y'all know her.
That's true. Shout out to Breeze. Shout out to KTSEF podcast. Make sure y'all check that shit out. I think they said the episode is dropping tomorrow. Shout out to everyone listening. Shout out to Marcus for being a snowflake, because he gonna come to Atlanta and then try to make plans last minute and then flake out on plans on Sunday. Like, who does that? Marcus does that. Like, what the fuck? Shout out to Jazz. Her birthday was Friday. Keep me up all fucking night. I don't even know. I am too old to be staying up all night. Okay? Like, what the fuck was that about? But I told her I'd shout her out. So shout out to you and your birthday, whatever. Who else? That's it. Shout out to the Falcons or whatever. Marcus, you are the fucking liar, okay? Look, he's saying lie again. You were supposed to come to the party. You ain't show up. Then you're gonna make plans at the last minute.
Oh.
Who does that? Who's like the night of being like, hey, I'm gonna fucking what are you doing tonight? When I'm already out, like, 1. And 2, you're gonna say shit at the last goddamn minute. Ain't nobody, I'm already out doing stuff. Like, don't nobody got time for that. And then Sunday, I told you, I was like, this is where I'm gonna go. And guess what you did? You was like, oh, I'm leaving. Bitch, Look, he's saying liar, liar, pants on fire. Look, next time you're in town, just ignore me, okay? Because I don't got time for your shit. Okay, nobody has time for your shit. So, that's it. We're wrapping up this bitch. We're out of here. I'm fucking tired and delirious. So, appreciate y'all coming back for another episode of this goddamn show. We out.